Present Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works, even if you don't believe in it. Okay, as I covered in the previous video, it's very simple to create a miracle. You need the miracle, the idea, you need the energy to power it, you need to create the motion of actually doing something to cause the miracle to happen, and you have to have the faith to believe you can do what the miracle is, and thereby create a miracle. Now, real simple, the religions are going to teach you the opposite, i.e. the Buddha master. I'm from 15 lineages of Buddha masters. I'm the grandson of the grandson of the grandson. Do you see that in this? No. What do you see in the, I have the certificate in my hand that I'm certified by the person down the road that I can do miracles? You have the business, okay? The Catholic Church, Christian Church, they have a whole vetting process of whether or not a miracle happened. It usually takes 50 to 100 years. That's why a priest or a nun is dead long before they will ever be considered a what is it? Oh, I forget the word now. But there's some kind of a sainted type of a person. They're glorified. I think that's it, glorified or something like that. I think they use a Latin word, but it basically means that this is a glorified person. Why? Because you have removed that person from family, connections, all the basics of who could have remembered who the person was, and you now simply have that object that you can now sell and market. Like it just previous to that said, the Buddhists, okay? Buddha didn't go to any long lineage. He walked out into the world and started going everywhere and met people and talked to people and used his faith, his ability to reason, his intelligence. And by the way, intelligence is not the ability to memorize, okay? Knowing 15 languages and never doing anything with your life is not intelligent. Never going to school and creating an entire dynasty of things out of your life and thousands of inventions, that's intelligence. Getting across a stream without getting your feet wet is intelligence. Going to school for 20 years to figure out how to get across the stream without getting your feet wet is not intelligent. I don't care how many books that person memorized. Okay, the memorization routine is because governments, churches, schools, corporations, which governments or corporations, go look on any stock exchange and you'll find almost all governments are listed on stock exchanges. As a corporate entity, you will find that the United States has a declaration of incorporation. Yeah, I think it's an actual declaration of incorporation that was actually filed so that the United States can exist as a government. It is first a corporation. Okay? It is a business. The business is to make money. Okay? Corporations like you to be very dumb and stupid because then you make a better slave, you make a better indentured servant, you make a better team player. Okay? You don't ruffle anybody's feathers, you just follow along and do what you're supposed to do and all of that. I have had more than one person in my life walk up to me and tell me that I can't be intelligent because I didn't go to college. And I look at them and go, excuse me, but how many actual intelligent people did go to college? And they start rambling off a list of people that have bachelors and PhDs and masters and all of this. And I go, yes, that's a nice list of people. I asked you for intelligent people. People who went out and changed the world. And they fall all over themselves. Again, Ford was not a college professor. He did, however, understand the basics of the meat packing plant assembly line and applied it to the automotive industry and created the cheap automotive. Okay, that was fairly intelligent thinking. He had to actually think logically, if I take that idea from that industry and apply it to this industry, what happens? Okay, that is intelligent. Okay, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Einstein, Tesla, Edison even. Edison was relatively intelligent. Okay, he went out and stole other people's ideas and put them to market. Okay. Donald Trump is very stupid, okay? Well, I shouldn't say he's really stupid. He is not very intelligent, okay? There was a little post I just saw today about him saying that he's got a 120 to 135. He's really super intelligent. 120 to 135 IQ in the United States is literally average. The person that graduates out of high school is going to have between 120 and 135. They will never accomplish anything major in their life. Not because they can't, but I'm just saying that that person that just goes to high school, there's a few million every year going to high school and finishing high school, and they don't all go out and accomplish something super major and changes in the world. Okay, but that 120 to 135 is not a mark of being a super intelligent person. Einstein, Edison were in the 180 range. Tesla was around 200. I'm around 200 because I can walk up to any field I want to, and in a very short period of time, with the exclusion of mathematics and languages. I'm dyslexic and I will invert stuff, okay? It doesn't mean I'm stupid, folks. And yes, I know your teachers will say otherwise because that's what they were taught. It doesn't mean I'm stupid because I invert. I mean, it means I think differently. Yeah, I'm not part of your box. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. You have to start and look at what real intelligence is. Real intelligence uses their ability to do something. A person that knows 15 languages but never does anything with it. So what? So they memorize a bunch of stuff. An idiosalvant that has about IQ of about 80 but memorizes every stat for the entire history of the Major League Baseball, MLB. They're not intelligent. They have simply memorized a bunch of data. Now your corporations like that because then you spend all this time memorizing data. That's why Jeopardy is so big, because they want rapid-fire memorized data. They are not asking these people to think, okay? They want that rapid-fire, oh, this is what was. So they are teaching you to learn to memorize. Go study the entire encyclopedia. Don't learn how to think so that once you have studied that encyclopedia you can do something with it. No. You want to study it so that if somebody asks you a question you can tell them what happened or what it said. Don't go and read 10 encyclopedias because then you're going to confuse yourself with cross-referencing. Okay. That's where the big difference is. That's where people say AI and stuff are very intelligent when all they do is they access Watson, IBM's Watson, a computer, okay? It went on Jeopardy, and it was connected to, I believe, what was it, something like 4,000 libraries of data? And it's going up against two human beings who actually put up quite a hell of a challenge against Watson. Yeah. A computer that does nothing except scan data, look for information, and spit it out very rapidly. It does not think. It does not compute. It cannot take anything beyond looking at a whole series of medical data charts and saying, oh, you have this. It cannot compute what a genetic outcome will be based on an unknowns. You mix a tomato and a goldfish. What are you going to get? Watson can't figure it out. But somebody's 2-year-old kid might. They might go, oh man, you're going to have a tomato gold. You're going to have a tomato fish. You're gonna have a who knows what, but yeah, okay. So there is a big difference between what intelligence is and what it isn't. So that's why I say you got to stop. Faith is understanding the reality of what actually goes on in the thinking process, using it. Preachers, nuns, bishops, cardinals, monks, Buddhists, Zen, I don't care what they are. How many of them start out by telling you, oh, I went to school for 20 years, 10 years, I went to this training or that training. Okay? How many of them actually tell you, oh, I walked the spiritual plane all my life? Okay? I do. All the time. I'm always available on it. I was 2 years old. I'm 59 now. That means 57 years, folks, of watching human beings deny spiritual existence and walking the spiritual plane at the same time, and watching the spiritual realm go, yep, that's what they're going to do. That's what they say. That's what they behave like. 57 years of having prophecies come true to me. Not because I ran around and I told everybody what the prophecies were, but I simply wrote them down, made mental note of it, whatever. Okay? And, yeah, most all of it has been accomplished, fulfilled, and there. That's why I can pick up the Bible and understand what Revelations is about, and not get caught up in the idea that the horsemen of the Acropolis are actually human beings when, well, they might, because like I said, the Revelations 11:19 kind of applies to me, and I'm in a human body. That means I'm a human being. But the passages don't apply to certain countries because they have certain colors in their flags and stuff like that. Okay, it's not quite the way it works out. They're fanatics. Yeah, religious fanatics. I don't care if the religion is flat Earth or the religion is Republican conservatism or democratic liberalism or Buddhism or Zenduism or even my favorite Taoism. If you become a religious figure who will not look beyond what is written on a piece of paper in front of you or on a stone tablet, and you won't bother to think about what you are saying or what your actions are, then yeah, you have failed to make use of a very simple mindset, a very simple mathematical principle here, and you basically flunked the course of being spiritual. Okay, so like I said, this is very simple. This is very easy to understand, and like I say, if you want to go to my blog and you want to put some money in my donation button, yeah, I'd appreciate it, but I'm not putting any advertising behind this at the moment. I'm not doing a whole lot more than just kicking these up on the internet. So, I'm not doing this for money, folks. I'm doing this because, 45 years or more ago, I thought, gee, it'd be kind of fun to try and give this information to the world somehow, but how can I do it? Well, the video world is here now and it's easy. Okay?